nuclei are called prokaryotic cells. So here the prokaryotic cells, so the nucleus is absent. Nucleus in every living cell, the nucleus is present, but in prokaryotic cells the nucleus is absent. It means the true membrane enclosed nucleus are called prokaryotic cells. For example, all the bacteria are prokaryotes. Yes, I said that every bacteria is belongs to prokaryote because it doesn't have nucleus. So next I'll show that here this is a bacteria. So here we have all the parts. So this is a capsule and cell wall, and beneath that plasma membrane is present, and inside cytoplasm is present. In that cytoplasm we have ribosomes, plasmids, and this is the flagella, green color. So this is outside the cell, and nucleus is present inside that. So here I am showing a bacteria. So it have a different parts, and they'll maintain their works. It means they work differently. So here I'm explain about that. Next one, structure. So the bacteria, it is a small in size. It means 0.5 to 2 nanometers, and a variety of shapes. The outer cell wall is very thick, made of a specialized molecules, and ribosomes are smaller. So here I am explaining that these bacteria are very small. We can't see with our naked eye. So, and they are in different shapes. We can't see that, but the shapes are very different, and the outer cell wall is very thick, made of a specialized molecules, and the ribosomes are very small. So here the bacteria that may be very small, but it causes a lot of diseases. So the bacteria are present in water, soil, food, and everywhere. We see that inside of human body also the bacteria are present. They come along food. And next thing is, yes, here prokaryotic cell. So here this is a bacteria. These are very primitive cells are present, and membrane bound organelles are absent. What are membrane bound organelles? That is a nucleus, mitochondria, and vacuole. Yes, nucleus. You know that nucleus, it is present in every living cell. So that in nucleus they were present DNA, that is a genetic material, and mitochondria and vacuole. So these are absent. So mitochondria, you know that mitochondria we can see in every living cells, but in prokaryotic cells the mitochondria is absent. So the performance of mitochondria is it give energy. So and nucleus, mitochondria, and vacuole, these are membrane bound organelles. And next further, here we are components in prokaryotic cells are, so capsule, flagella, villi, cell wall, cell membrane, and mesosome, cytoplasm, and nucleus, ribosome, plasmids. So here what are the components in prokaryotic cell? The components are present in that is capsule. So further you say about capsule, I am saying that one example. So nowadays we are using very capsules tablets. So the outermost layer that protects the capsule, I mean that inside a chemical that is protected by capsule. So like that the prokaryotic cell was protected by capsule, and here flagella and villi, cell wall, that is also for protection, and cell membrane and mesosome, cytoplasm, nuclei, ribosomes and plasmid. So I will explain in details about each and every component. So here firstly uh, I'm explaining about capsule. So capsule is a gelatinous layer made up of polysaccharides and polypeptides. The capsule protects the bacteria. So here I am going to explain that capsule is a gelatinous layer and it is made up of polysaccharides and polypeptides. And I said that capsule protects the bacteria or anything, but capsule is useful for protection. And next thing is that here the red color outer layer, that is a capsule. So you can see here this is a capsule that is very thick and that is protecting the outermost layer, that protects the bacteria. So here, and let us go to next one. So flagellum, yes, flagellum, that is hair like structure, it is a helical structure. The protein present in the flagellum is flagellin and it is useful for the movement of bacteria, and it consisting of three parts. So here the flagella is hair like structure and helical structure. The protein, yes, the protein present in the flagellum is flagellin. So this is useful for movement of a bacteria, this flagellum. So we have legs to move from one place to another place, but the bacteria doesn't have a legs, but it can move with flagellum. So this is useful for the locomotion. And next thing is, yes, this is a green color, you can see this is a bacteria flagellum. So this is a flagellum. And next is, it have a three parts, that's it, that is basal body, hook and filament. Yes, here basal body, this is basal body. Yes, this is attached to cell wall. And here hook, yes, it is junction zone. Hook is junction zone, means it is useful for moving turnings. And this is a filament. So these are three parts. So I'll explain in details. That is, first is basal body. So the basal body attaches the flagellum to the cell membrane and plasma membrane. Yes, the basal body attaches the flagellum to cell membrane. Yes, the flagellum that is attached to the cell membrane and plasma membrane. So it is composed of a small central rod inserted into a series of rings. So these are that. Here you can see that. And next is hook. Hook is present outside the cell wall and connected filament to basal body. So first part is basal body. After that hook is present. So this is outside the cell wall. The hook is outside the cell wall. This connects the filament to basal body. Yes, and hook in gram-positive bacteria is slightly longer than gram-negative bacteria. So here we can see that there are two types of bacteria, gram-positive and gram-negative. The hook is present in gram-positive is slightly longer than the gram-negative bacteria. Yes, and next thing is filament, the outermost long region of flagella. Yes, after hook the filament is present, that is long region of flagella, and it is made up of a protein that is called flagellin. So This is useful for the locomotion. And next organelle is pili. Pili. These are short hair-like structures on the cell surface. Yes, you may be get a doubt that flagella and pili are same like hair structures. So here you can see that flagellum is long hair-like structure and pili is small. So the difference between is that I'll explain that. Here the pili, these are short hair-like structures on the cell surface, and the protein is pili. It is useful for the attachment to the substance like stones and objects. Yes, so bacteria we can find, we see where in water and food for objects, how it can be stick to that particular objects or in water. So how it means because of pili. This is useful for attachment. So this is a pili. It will attach to the any substance which are surrounded us, and in our body also these bacteria are present, so the pili will attach to that in the body. And next thing is sex pili. In these pili the sex pili are present, so these are helps in joining other bacterial cells for transfer of gene that useful for conjugation. So these help in conjugation. They help that bacterial cell transfer of gene, means it transfer gene by the sex pili. The gene will be transferred by the conjugation process. And next thing is cell wall. So I'll show you that. Here the yellow color, after a capsule, beneath the capsule we can find that cell wall. Yes, this yellow color part is cell wall. So I'll explain that about cell wall. Yes, the cell wall present beneath the capsule and external to plasma membrane. So here I'll show that the cytoplasm, this is a plasma membrane. Here beneath the plasma membrane the cytoplasm is present. So above the plasma membrane the cell wall is present. So here the cell wall present beneath the capsule and external to the plasma membrane. Yes, and next thing is gram positive bacteria. The cell wall have 90% of peptidoglycan. In I explained that gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria, there are two types of bacteria are present. So in gram positive bacteria the cell wall have 90% of peptidoglycan and 10% of teichoic acid. So this teichoic acid helps in passage of ions. So here cell wall, plasma membrane and cytoplasm. So to pass the ions, this teichoic acid is help. And next thing is, so I explained that gram positive, and here gram negative bacteria, the cell wall contain 10% of peptidoglycan and 90% of lipopolysaccharides. Due to the presence of this, it is difficult to kill. So here the lipopolysaccharides, these are 90%. So due to presence of this lipopolysaccharide, it is difficult to kill. It is hard to kill a bacteria. So this is present in gram negative bacteria. And next thing is cell membrane. So I'll show that here The plasma membrane, the green color, this is a cell membrane. Beneath the cell wall, the cell membrane is present. So I'll explain that. A plasma membrane is used to protecting the cell contents. So this is used to protect the cell contents, and it contains bilayer lipid that surrounds the cytoplasm. The plasma membrane work as semi-permeable barrier that control what enters and exits the cell. So this plasma membrane is used to protect the cell contents. So here we can see that cell contents are plasmids and nucleoid and ribosomes. So these are cell contents. So these every cell contents are protected by a plasma membrane, and it contains bilayered lipid that surrounds the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is surrounded by bilayered lipid, and the plasma membrane work as semi-permeable barrier. So what enters and exits the cell? So the plasma membrane will allow some ions, and it is controlled by plasma membrane only. If it can accept, then any ions will enter inside, and if it not allows, then any ions will not enter inside. So these exit and enter of any ions, the plasma membrane is controlled. And next thing is mesosomes. The mesosomes are responsible for respiration. So here I'll say one thing. We will respire the lungs, and some will fishes or any aquatic animals will respire through gills. So here the bacteria also can respire by mesosomes. Here mesosomes, we can say that mesosomes we can see mostly in gram positive bacteria. We can't see in gram negative bacteria. So mesosomes are responsible for respiration, and by the respiration process only every organism will live. So like that, the bacteria also live by respiration, that is through mesosome. And next thing is cytoplasm. Yes, all the cells that plasmids or ribosomes, these are all are present in cytoplasm only. So cytoplasm consisting of 80% of water and protein, carbohydrates and lipids. So in this cytoplasm we have protein and 80% of water and carbohydrates, lipids, and the outer organic and inorganic compounds. So previously I said that mesosomes here cytoplasm, it have protein, carbohydrates and lipids, and organic and inorganic compounds are present in the cytoplasm. All organelles are present in cytoplasm. Yes, I already said that organelles, every organelle is present in cytoplasm only. So here the ribosomes, plasmids, these all organelles are present in cytoplasm. So the next thing is nucleoid. And in plant cell, I'm saying that in plant cell and in animal cell the nucleus is present. Yes, in every cell the nucleus is present, but in prokaryotic cell only the nucleus absent. That I firstly told that the nucleus is absent in prokaryotic cells. And here in the nucleus the genetic material is present. To replace the nucleus, the nucleus is present. Here the genetic material is in the circular DNA double helix. So to replace the genetic material, the nucleus is present in prokaryotic cells. The genetic material is present in circular DNA double helix. So here I'll show you that this is a nucleus which is in circles. So this red one, this is a nucleus. So this is present in cytoplasm only, and this is how it is useful. Means genetic means DNA, it have DNA, and the genetic material is present in circular double helix. And next thing is ribosomes. Yes, ribosomes. Firstly I'll say that every in flagella and pili it have a protein. How it forms, how it synthesized, that I didn't said that in that. So the protein present in that is synthesized by ribosomes. Yes, how it means all the living cells contain ribosomes. Every living cells, in a plant cell or animal cell, in any living cells, the ribosomes are present. So here the ribosome, all the living cells contain ribosomes which act site for protein synthesis. Yes, the synthesis of protein, the ribosomes are present. And cytoplasm of prokaryote contain about 10,000 ribosomes, and these are 70 years ribosome. In cytoplasm, the prokaryotes contain about 10,000 ribosomes. Here, every ribosome is responsible for synthesis of protein. So, like that, the ribosomes are present in every cytoplasm is 10,000 ribosomes. So, each and every ribosome will synthesize the protein. So, here 10,000 ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic cell, and these are 70s ribosomes. And next thing is a last organelle. Here the ribosomes are these blue color dots. Here you can see this, these are ribosomes. So they will synthesize the protein. And next organelle is plasmid. So in addition to chromosomes, plasmids are present in prokaryotes. So in chromosomes are present in DNA, I mean in nucleus. So in addition to these chromosomes, plasmids are present in prokaryotes. Yes, in prokaryotes plasmids are present. These are small rings of double-stranded extrachromosomal DNA. So here you can see that these are plasmids. These green, they are round and they are in ring shapes, and they are double-stranded extrachromosomal DNA. And plasmid carry a small number of non-essential genes. Yes, so here genes are transferred from one generation to another generation. So like that, in every bacteria the plasmids are present in prokaryotes. So here the plasmids carries a small number of non-essential gene. So small number of non-essential gene is carried by plasmid. And here plasmid, it is present in every bacteria. Yes, in prokaryotic bacteria. So here these are in ring forms. you can see that they are in ring forms. Yes, I said that each and every part organelle that is useful for the bacteria to survive on water or anywhere, to survive everywhere, the bacteria are the bacteria have every organelle. So I have explained each and every organelle, that how the bacteria can survive. So this is about plasmid. So here each and every organelle is useful for the bacteria to survive. So here capsule, that is the outermost layer, and beneath that cell wall, and a plasma membrane, and the cytoplasm, and ribosomes, these are present in cytoplasm, and the plasmids, these are also present in cytoplasm, and the nuclei in cytoplasm. And outer, here we can see that bacteria flagell and villi, these are present outside the cell wall. So these all are responsible for survive the bacteria. So the bacteria survive on the earth. And here plasmids. Yes, thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity.